The views and opinions expressed are those of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One and its management.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond the Pink Ribbon with your host, Nadia E. Miller. In a world where pink often symbolizes breast cancer awareness, this show stands as a beacon of hope and empowerment. With Nadia at the helm, we embark on a journey of resilience, courage, and unwavering determination.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Praise Indy AM 1310 The Light. My name is Nadia E. Miller, and I am your host for Beyond the Pink Ribbon, which airs every Wednesday from 6 to 6:30 p.m. We're here to light up your midweek. Look, can you believe it? It's Wednesday. We made it. We made it to Wednesday. I am really excited. We made it to Wednesday. But before I get into how we made it to this particular Wednesday, let's connect. Follow us at Nadia E. Miller on Facebook and Instagram. Click like or share so we can make sure you're locked in each week to see and hear the amazing things we have going on. Huge shout out to our sponsor, Pink Forever Ending Disparities, that made tonight's show possible. Pink Forever's mission is to eliminate breast cancer disparities for Black women through advocacy, education, research, and empowerment. And I just want to take a minute to thank all of our sponsors. We've been running this thing since February, and we have done that through sponsors like DBISP and Nadia E. Miller LLC and Pink Forever Ending Disparities, and there are more and more. And so if you would like to be a sponsor of this show, if you like what we are doing, please visit our website at www.nadiaemillerllc.com and just let us know that you're interested, and we can get you all the information there. I'm excited about what we're doing. I just appreciate the support of this show and what it means, the platform for the individuals that have been on here, that it has reached so many people. It's really an amazing thing. So I'm excited to be back with you all this week. Listen, I needed to take a minute. I had a bunch of business and pressing things that were going on, but you know, at the same time, we've talked about this over and over again. It's okay to take 2 beats, and so I took 2 beats. I took some time off, and interestingly enough, when I took some time off, I got a little bit of a cold. But I will say this, personal thing, shout out to my team. These folks are leaders within their own right and made sure that I did not miss a beat, and I mean not missed a beat. And so all of our programming, anything that Nadia E. Miller LLC had going on, they made sure that those things were still going on. So shout out to all of you, and we're going to keep this thing going on. And so be sure to just take care of yourself. I'm not going to shy away from that and get away from that. It's going to lead us right into the fact that June is Men's Health Awareness Month. I have been promising you since I came on here, I'm going to give you some men. We're going to talk about our health, we're going to talk about our mental health, and we're going to talk about the things that are going on specifically for our men. And we're going to start that next week. But today, I have some amazing information, not just information. There was an experience that happened today to me, and I had the amazing opportunity to be a part of it. And so some of you may know, I think a lot of you may know of NABO, Indianapolis, which is a national organization, National Association of Women Business Owners. I had the wonderful opportunity to be nominated and then was an award recipient of their 2024 Trailblazer Award, along with 3 other powerhouses here in the Indianapolis community. And when I tell you it was a mind-blowing experience, it was a mind-blowing experience. So before I go further, and I said this today while I was on one of their panelists, I believe in making sure that you give folks their flowers and you give organizations their flowers that notice your work. And it was an overwhelming response to the programming at Nadia E. Miller LLC. They certainly gave me my flowers on this side, and it was something to absolutely behold. So those of you that were there, and I see some of you online now, know what an amazing experience that absolutely was. I had the honor and privilege of meeting Dr. Jamise Curtis Banks. She is the president of NABO. Had an amazing experience with her and a conversation with her. If you're out there and you hear me, don't worry, we'll do coffee. I've got all of your information, and I'm looking forward to talking with you. I also had the honor of sharing the space with Dr. Terry Witt Bailey, who is the president and CEO of Cancer Support Community Indiana. Cancer Support Community Indiana is also one of Pink Forever's most beloved partners. And I'm looking forward to continuing to work together and partner together. It was just something to see. And so, Terry, if you can hear me, yep, we'll do coffee as well. I also had the privilege of meeting Miss Akila W. Darden. She's a founder and president of the Darden Group, LLC. Amazing woman in construction, and she is a powerhouse within her own right, and I really enjoyed the nuggets and things that she shared. And then there was me. I had a great time. It was really interesting from the standpoint of to share a space with folks that are with women that are in business, to be acknowledged for your business and to amplify the work that you do. And the response was just not only was it overwhelming, it was really good. And here at Beyond the Pink Ribbon, we celebrate our victories, and I celebrate mine as well. And today I'm just honored and grateful and thankful. I was nominated by one of the individuals, Miss Yolanda Brown, who is a part of the Unicorn program at Nadia E. Miller, LLC. And so I want to tell you thank you for thinking that much of me to put me in the running with such amazing women. One of the things I want to amplify was like on the panel, those of you that were unable to be in the room on the panel, NABO had some amazing questions too for us. They had some very rich questions that had some depth. And one of the things that I did not get an opportunity to really expound on was how you show up. This was all about giving the audience information, nuggets, things like that, as being a woman in business and the success that we have had and or some of the things that we have had to work and grow through. And it was about how you show up. And I want to use this evening to talk about that just a little bit as we move through tonight. I was so honored by today. I really want to take some time to make sure that this is something that wasn't just something that happened. This was absolutely an experience, and it's something that if you have not had the opportunity to experience NABO, and if you are a woman in business, this is a national organization, so it's a big deal to even be invited, let alone be awarded a Trailblazer Award. And so one of the questions I had was really about authenticity and showing up. And I wanted to share with my listeners tonight about setting expectations for yourself. One of the things that I've heard, and I know some of you have heard, is like fake it till you make it. And I want to offer you something tonight. You'll develop bad habits like just in 30 days. So if you are faking it until you make it, instead of creating a space that you can adjust and grow up in, then faking it until you make it actually has an adverse reaction to success. If you want to be successful at a thing, but you don't have all of your resources, then you surround yourself with people that have the resource so that you can learn how to acquire the resource. That's why mentorship is so important. And now you don't have to have it all figured out either. There's really no way. And depending upon the generation that you're in, you're not going to have it all figured out. But just make sure that you surround yourself with people, find people, I don't know, call it your tribe, call it your friends. I call it my fold, people that believe in who you are becoming, that they can see past who you're being and give you the resources that you need so that you can achieve those goals. We're not going to fake it till we make it no more. What we're going to do is put an expectation or a standard on ourselves. So put a standard on yourself first, and then attract the things that you need. There's different ways of thinking of that as well. Fake it till you make it could be, hey, you have an interview, you don't have what you need, so don't go out and buy a $300 suit. I would argue that that's fine. you can go by what is affordable, but have your standard where you're put together, whatever that means for you, because that's an individual thing. But just remember, you got to know your audience. You have to know where you're going, and you have to know what you want so that you can receive those things. And so remember, you got to keep the press. We've talked about that before, but it was so exciting. I received several text messages, several DMs, and more than several. I'm just being modest here, but more than I can answer today. Let me just tell you that my camp will be very, very busy tomorrow morning. I will also say here on the air, I've been informed of the response to the Unicorn program. Thank you. And someone from the team will absolutely be getting back with you before the end of business tomorrow to get you started on your journey. I appreciate the thoughtfulness and the feedback that I was given face-to-face today, and then also members of my team on my website and in other spaces where people were really, I'll say, inspired by what was shared in that room today. And so shout out to Nabo for this and for what you're doing, and just know that I appreciate that. And we're going to keep doing the things that matter in the community. One other thing that I would like to share with you is there were young professionals there after this was over with. Oh, wow. I was there longer than I needed, longer than I had expected to be. I didn't expect so many people to want to share either their story or what they were inspired by. But there were a lot of young professionals. And what I mean by young professionals is between under 30. So under 30, I was approached by that. And if there's anyone that is under 30 out here, a lot of the questions that I were asked, and there was a big theme around that, is how do I know what I'm supposed to do? How do I know what I'm supposed to do? Or how do I get to what I believe that I should do? And that is not an easily explainable thing, other than first thing is you have to not know what you want, but to be open to what you believe that you want. And then exposure is so important, to be exposed to different things, to different nouns, people, places, and things. Exposure is really important too. That kind of helps you make your decision on what you want to do, and keep an adjustable mindset. I mean, you can adjust as you go along. You don't have to have it all figured out today. As most of you know, I have a soon-to-be 20-year-old daughter. She's poised and she's intelligent, but she does not have it all figured out today. And if she did, it would give me, I would wonder if she had it all figured out. And so just stay on that journey. Stay on that journey, and remember, it's all about making sure that you have the right people, you have the right resources, and that you are breaking down barriers. Sometimes means we're just not sitting still. You're just not sitting still waiting for things to happen. Making things happen just simply means sometimes getting the energy to either pick up your cell phone and engage with someone, or to ask questions. And asking questions is actually intelligent. It's very intelligent to ask questions, thoughtful questions. What sometimes is unintelligent is not to ask any questions and then just to flounder around, and you don't have to. There are resources and people available. So just make sure, and I'm specifically talking to that 30 and under group that they approached me today. I know some of you are listening here because I see you during the week after I get off on Instagram who want to have conversations with me. There's absolutely a way to have a conversation with me. Make sure you contact my office. I will make time for you. I would love to talk with you and provide you whatever guidance that my team and that I can give you, so that you can kind of make some informed decisions. Just don't be afraid to ask questions and to move around. You got to be able to move around. So speaking of moving around, let's go on and thrive together. I want to thrive together, and I want to thank our sponsor again, Pink Forever Ending Disparities, for their sponsorship and all that they do within the community. Make sure that if you are in need of a mammogram, these are free. If you need a screening mammogram, if you need a diagnostic mammogram, call our offices at 317-682-4944. You can speak with our lovely Executive Director Lisa Hayes, or our administrative assistant, Miss Cal, is there to answer all of your questions and your needs. Please do not go without having your wellness services. There are not just our organizations, our partners and other services, organizations that are available that can help you at no cost to you. Don't do it. There's no sense in waiting. And so make sure you check out Pink Forever at their website at www.pink, P-I-N-K, the number 4, hyphen, the number 4, hyphen, ever.org. And then also check them out on their social media sites. It's at Pink Forever Inc., also on Instagram. Keep up with everything that they have going on. Survivorship as a Lifestyle is moving really quickly. As we run towards September, this has been an amazing program. Even tomorrow we have yoga. It's not your average yoga. You should check it out through our partner with RegZone. Check out our website. Our website and social media has all of that information on there. And hey, bring a friend. We want to see you there. I participate. There's other survivors and family members that participate. Hey, my mother participates, and I'm not going to go into detail, but there's people of all ages that participate in this and really get something out of it. So don't just stay home. There's plenty of things. Make sure you check out their website of all of the lifestyle partners. They are there with all of the things that they have going on. They've got Zumba on Friday night of this week. Don't forget about Zumba. And don't forget to sign up at Survivorship as a Lifestyle on the Pink Forever page. So thank you, Pink Forever, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing there. As we move along in the program, I got a few more minutes, and I want to share something with you that crossed my mind today while I was sitting there, and it is about the value of your circle. As I mentioned when I opened up the show, and today's show is kind of surrounding me, not just as a leader or a woman in business, but a human being. And sometimes when you know you have a good thing, you can take that any way you want to, a good team, a good thing, a good camp, good spouses, is when you are not at your best, and they still make sure that you show up as your best. And I thought about that today, that all the things that have been going on the last couple of weeks, not only was I able to show up, I showed up as my best, because I want to give people my best. And I can only do that based on what the Lord has done with me. So it's not about what Nadia is doing. It's about that co-laboring that is going on. And I would be remiss if I said it, because I have not been feeling well. And I've got to say that. And I said before that I didn't miss a beat, but there is something operating that I'm aware of that is higher than myself. And so I lean into that. I'm very prayerful about that. And I'm very thankful for the people that understand who I am, the woman behind the brand. I really do appreciate that. There is a Nadia E. Miller that you all see that's walking around Indianapolis that is so happy to see you. There's also a Nadia that is a mom, that is a daughter, that is a supporter, that is a servant in her church home, and so many other things. And it takes a group of people that understand who you are in order for me to do the things that I am doing. And I would be remiss if I did not tell you that I had that reflection as I sat on that stage today, and the reaction that people have to me, not understanding what it takes, not only for it to be me, but the resource that has been given to me to carry out this thing for the community. And I'm just grateful and thankful. And I decided, because I have my own platform tonight, that I was going to take the time to acknowledge some people, because it matters. And it may be uncomfortable for some people to hear folks' names called, but at the end of the day, if we leave on out of here, I want to make sure that people know what they meant to me and to the legacy that I'm leaving behind, and the legacy that I'm leaving with the community right now. And so that was a big deal today. It will continue to grow. And I want to tell each of you today, be sure that you walk heavy in whatever you're doing. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have times of confusion. It doesn't mean that you're going to always have all the resource that you need. But I promise you, if you get yourself a good group of people that you can think with, that you can work with, that you can talk with, and you stay prayerful about your situation, I promise you that it will work out. But you got to stay the course. And a lot of stories that I have heard today is about folks that got tired in the middle. And a lot of us are lethargic and we get tired. But you have to make sure that you have somebody that's willing to pick you up, even if you are the leader. That they believe so much so in what you're doing that they're not willing for you to tap out. And make sure that you have those things. As you continue to move forward and we close this show and move towards the end of this thing, I want to leave you on this Wednesday, the Wednesday that we made it to. Look, be sure to have your folks with you on this, but most importantly, have your mind steady when adverse things come, to get over and get through them so that you can not get back to work, but stay at work. Because life is going to happen. Life is going to life, like the young people say. You know, it just absolutely is. And nowhere does it say that it is not going to. I heard today over and over again from one of the panelists, I believe her name was Darcy. I don't know if I mentioned her or not, but Darcy is amazing in her own right. And she works in IT, and I really enjoyed something that she shared with us. And she talked about sitting in your joy. She talked about sitting in your joy. And so I'm going to leave you with what Darcy said. I'm going to leave you something with what another powerhouse said that I had a takeaway, which was to sit in your joy. And so tonight, I'm encourage you to sit in your joy. I want to thank you for listening to Beyond the Pink Ribbon. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Nadia E. Miller. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, visit our website at NadiaEMillerLLC.com. I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thank you for joining us for Beyond the Pink Ribbon with your host, Nadia E. Miller. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Nadia E. Miller. Tune in every Wednesday for your drive home at 6 p.m. on Praise AM 1310 and 95.1 FM.
The preceding program was paid for by Beyond the Pink Ribbon.